Welcome to the Pi Pico from the Raspberry Pi Foundation. This is a microcontroller with the RP2040 designation. It features an ARM dual-core 133Hz microprocessor, as well as a very accurate system clock, 264 kilobytes of SD RAM, and 2 megabytes of onboard flash storage. We have a boot select button here and an LED indicator. Here we have some debug ports. This is a micro USB port to standard 1.1, and it's used for both charging and data transfer. On the bottom of the board, we have a whole range of GPIO pins, and I have the soldered version that allows me to plug it directly into a breadboard so I can start experimenting. This board has 26 GPIO pins in total, as well as a bunch of other pins for other functions. This board features an onboard. This is the size of the Pico Pi next to a standard fizzy bottle cap. The Pico Pi supports C and C++, in addition to Python. And officially it supports CircuitPython, which is useful because CircuitPython supports the HID interface, Human Interface Device, which means you could potentially turn this little device into a keyboard, mouse, joystick, or another human interface device. This is great for robotics and other electronic projects, anything small scale that needs to be programmed and forgotten about. It does not have Wi-Fi or any direct means of communicating with the internet unless you add something yourself using the GPIO pins. In comparison, this is a Raspberry Pi 0W. This little board is much bigger than this smaller board. However, this has more USB ports, a display output, an SD card reader and processor on board, whereas this is purely designed for electronic projects. It does not run an operating system like Linux, but instead simply accepts program code which it executes directly on the microprocessor controller. One of the first projects you'll learn with this is how to make the LED onboard flash. Once you start adding electronics projects, you can start expanding relatively rapidly with a number of online projects and tutorials. I've been using this particular microcontroller for about 6 months now. It's been abused, thrown around, laying on desks for months, collecting dust, and it's been very durable and long lasting. There is a smaller version of this that you can get for about the size of a pound coin. However, it has far less GPIO ports and is therefore less able to support more complicated circuits. When you wish to run the device, you simply take a standard micro USB cable and connect it into the port here, and then the LED will turn on when there's power. I hope you've enjoyed this brief introduction to the Pi Pico. Please stay tuned for more videos and projects relating to this very cheap and very versatile piece of electronics. In the meantime, please click and subscribe and comment in the video below.